Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BCSA, British Czech and Slovak Association event, today with Petr Torák. It is my great pleasure to welcome both you here in person and also all of you who are joining us online. Today is the first hybrid event we're doing, and we hope that this will work and this will enable all of the people who cannot come to us in person to actually access all the amazing talks we have. Now, the only thing I think I have left is to say thank you very much to the Czech Embassy, without whom we couldn't have this event, and especially to Michal Žižlavský, who would like to say something.
Thank you very much, Anna. First of all, please let me welcome all of you here at the Embassy, and also you who are joining us online. My name is Michal Žižlavský. I work as a diplomat here at the Embassy, and it is my great pleasure to introduce you one of the most wonderful people I've actually met here after coming to the UK. Someone who had to escape to the UK to find a new home because he didn't feel secure back home in the Czech Republic. And someone who really went from a zero to a hero, to someone who got an award from the Queen, who became our colleague, today serving as the honorary consul of the Czech Republic in Peterborough, and someone who just recently finished a wonderful program organized by former US President Barack Obama for future leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce you, Mr. Petr Torák, and let me wish you a nice debate with him about his experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Petr, very much for agreeing to come and talk to us and talk to everybody, obviously not just to me. Perhaps if we can start with where your beginnings, essentially. So you were born in Liberec, and that's where you lived until you were 18 years old. Liberec is for those of you who don't know, it's a small town in North Bohemia of about 100,000 people. I just wonder, what was your childhood like?
My childhood was very beautiful. And sorry, before I go any further, I would like to also thank you very much for organizing this, the Embassy, and yourselves and the listeners on Zoom call for this wonderful opportunity. But yes, as I was saying, my childhood was wonderful. You know, we were growing up in a village not far from Liberec city, and we had childhood like you know, most of the children at the time. You know, running through the forest, playing with lots of friends, and just not dealing with anything else than just our kind of upbringing, looking after our the animals and going to school. But it was until probably the age of 6 when we started noticing that we are different, and then the changes and different attitudes started coming up.
Mm-hmm. So now Liberec is not necessarily very famous for racial tensions, but you still felt that there were racial tensions in it.
Yeah, in this small village close to Liberec, it was minor incidents. Then when we moved to Liberec, even though it was not one of the cities where you would have demonstrations or anti-Roma protests, but still it was a city with quite a sizable football stadium and with football community, and we unfortunately were living right next to the football stadium, so every time there was a football match, we attracted quite often in the 90s the neo-Nazis, skinheads, and other similar thinking people. We would be chased on the way from school to home by those neo-Nazis, and spat at, shouted at, and so on. So
this essentially led to you leaving for the UK. When and why was this decided that you're going to come to the UK when you were 18?
Yeah, it was 1998-99 when my father became politically active and also started mobilizing a community group and community center. and also was signing up a petition and encouraging people to sign up petition on behalf of communities in Ústí nad Labem, because Ústí nad Labem was building a wall between the mainstream society and the Roma neighborhood called Matiční ulice. My father was against it, and because of this activism, we started having more and more threats. My father used to get letters. Then I was attacked by skinheads in the city center during the day, in the shopping center, and people walking by, and there was no help. And then a couple of days later, my mom and my brother were attacked when my brother was walking my mom from work. We reported those incidents to police, and even though I was very keen to become a police officer straight after my high school, and I actually already had an application in the police, and I've done like half of the tests, the police officers were like kind of laughing in our face, saying, if you don't know the name, sorry, we can't do anything about it. And that was the last drop for my father when he said, actually, enough is enough. And one day when I came home from a job, I had like a summer job before I would go to uni. He just said, I've purchased a ticket to go to UK, get your bag packed up, and we are leaving in a few days' time.